Hey guys, James here with UFSU University coming at you with another deck profile. Today under base. This one's a deck profile brought to you by Merrick151 of the YouTubes, saying he wanted to see a base deck profile with all the new stuff from Soul Calibur. So that's what we're going to do today. Okay guys, base is a 626 Air, Earth, Void character. We're going to be playing our deck under Earth today. His abilities are after your safe attack gets a damage penalty, it gets +3 damage. So anytime something gets like -1 damage, -2 damage, it gives it +3. Then its other ability is E once per turn, discard one safe card from your card pool. Just get rid of it, and then your opponent adds one card from their hand to their card pool. So you basically like -1 their hand size just because you played one other attack that turn, which is really nice. So we're going to get to like the basic attack lineup for the starts. Most of these are actually just 3 as of, just to put in some of the other stuff. Somersault kick, everything's going to have safe, so it's a kick safe, 3 low for 4, with the ability change the zone to high as a cost. And then this attack gets -1 damage, respond with base +2. And then your opponent adds one of their face downs from their staging area to their card pool. So you clog their card pool with this and give it +2 damage, which is pretty nice. We're playing the safe throw. Sliding ankle breaker. Take note, you cannot use base with this card. Base can't ditch this. It just can't be discarded from your card pool during the combat phase. It's a 2 low for 4 throw, so you can give it, anytime you give it negative damage, you give it +2, and it's basically like +1 half block damage off of sliding ankle, which is pretty cool. Then its ability is, this attack is +1 or -1 damage. If it's blocked, you'll gain 2, so you'll gain some life if you've been dealt some, if they block it. But the main part is you give your attack -1 damage just to give it +2. Just so you make it a 3 just to make it a 6. It's pretty cool. And then like all your other buffs just make it bigger, and on a half block it's just super good. 2 Dark Laser. It's a powerful 2 range safe, 4 mid for 4. It's only as a 2 check, but the good part about this card is give it -1 damage, respond with base, give it +2, and then it gets +2 to its powerful rating, so now it's a powerful 4. And then you add 1 safe attack from your discard pile to your momentum. So you basically fuel the powerful 4 and give it +4 damage, while also giving it +2 damage from base. So it ends up like at minimum being a 10 damage attack you played for free. You just played, which is really nice. We're playing 3 Woodman's Leaf Shield. Fury range safe. On block you neg their damage, so you can take less. So you take less on defense. While it's in the card pool, all their block modifiers get +1. And then at deadlock, it gets +1/+1 for every card in your hand as an enhance, which is pretty nice. But it's mainly in there for defense, and then if need be, a safe attack we can stuff into our card pool to then ditch with base if we need to. As a cool momentum out for our basic throws and like Dark Laser, if you know it's going to get blocked type of situations, or just they don't block an attack, you can get your momentum, or if they half block, whatnot. Double Flash Kick. It's a charge kick, Fury, multiple 1 safe. It's a 4 mid for 6. It is a 6 diff, but that's fine because if you have to commit to pass it, its ability is destroy 1 committed foundation. This attack gets, and its multiple copies get +2, so you get +2 automatically, plus whatever else you can give it while base is active. And its other ability is commit the multiple copy, gain safe for this turn, which means you can do cool stuff to the multiple copy with base. It's just a cool multiple one that just, with both of them having safe, is just dangerous. Now on to the new tech. 3 Swallow Your Soul. It has safe throw. You don't use the combo 3 damage attack ever. All the attacks are bigger. But the main part of this is, if it deals 3 or more damage, you're going to add the top card of your deck to your momentum. So you use something like a Moral Knowledge, which you'll see later, and stuff like that, to just give it at base +2. So then it's a 5/5 that on half block deals 3, and you can get a momentum for free. It's really good. It's another throw that guarantees damage, as well as being a low to where it limits the options. It keeps the options of what they can block with limited. The best part about this card is the momentum, and it's for this card right here, in my opinion. This has been not as good as I want it to be in testing, but I think it's just everyone I'm playing against knows how to really play against it. But Guardian Judgment, it's a 5/3, 4 mid for 6, 2 high block, safe slam. Its ability its bottom ability is this attack is +1 or -1 damage, so you know base stuff. You get to do base stuff with it. And then its other abilities are discard momentum. After this attack resolves, pick up another one from your discard pile by removing this one. So you just keep flowing them if you have them and that you have the momentum to do it. That's just the really cool part. I wanted to play this, and then I saw that this was needed to play this, but I also wanted to play cool things that other people were already playing. So on to other stuff. Because we're an Earth deck and we need some defensive play, we're playing 3 stop. Turns off our opponent's character. We are a base deck, so we play 4 trouble. This says, this is an ally unique, so you can only have 1 on the board. It's a 2/5, easy to build. This attack gets -1 damage, response base +2, and then +1 speed. So everything gets +1, +2, +1 speed, +1, +2 damage with base on board, with this card on board just in general. So like all your cool attacks are just +2 damage, +1 speed. Then the other ability is you add this to the card pool. Your opponent has to add 1 card from their hand to their card pool, and then they'll draw a card. So like if you know they have a good block and you want to get rid of it, or if you just want to clog their card pool so they can't block in general, like this is what you need. This card's really fun and cool. It comes in very handy defensively sometimes. We're playing 4 Moral Knowledge. It's the main reason we play it. It says -1 damage, and then you give it +2 with base. It's a cheap thing that also works as just good DR on the opponent's turn. It's gonna be really good coming forward with the gauge format. 4 Voice in the Dark, flip 1 Foundation. This attack gets -1 damage. Gonna be really good in the gauge format. The other ability is you can choose 1 card out of the opponent's discard pile or momentum and shuffle the chosen card. So if you wanted to shuffle something back in or get rid of something in your opponent's discard pile, like if you're facing against Goro or like just stuff like that. The new card from the new set we're playing, Forged to Defeat Evil. This card is really cool. It says once per turn, this attack is -1 damage. So in base, this attack is +2 damage. Resolve the ability, your next attack is +2 damage. That one's the actual ability. It's supposed to be -1 damage, next attack is +2. But with base, it's a +2/+2, which is really nice. It's only playable once per turn, but it's really cool. It's also very cool DR just to play on your opponent and be like, do I have the reversal? You don't, but they don't know that. We're playing 4 Sense of Moral, easy build, we're just protecting ourselves, easy build, stuff like that. Easy defensive build, as well as just build on our own attack turns to try and do cool things. Folktale Storyteller. To protect the speed of our big damage attacks, we're playing 2 Overly Dramatic, or just as good deadlock targets and DR prevention from our opponent. 2 Evil Imposter to turn off our opponent's attacks. 2 Venomous to stop our opponent from drawing. 1 Castaway and Forgotten to discard momentum and seal their attack. Pretty good, pretty good. And then 4 Commander of the Outworld's Armies. It's a breaker 1. After you take 4 or more damage, you flip a problem card, and then their next attack gets -2. Pretty basic stuff. Pretty fun indeed. Thanks for checking out the profile, guys. Remember, shoutouts to Merrick151 from the YouTubes for recommending this base profile. I had actually a lot of fun playing with this deck. The deck can be a lot of fun sometimes when it goes off. And then when it's not, it becomes a cool, like a DR type of deck that just sometimes just means your opponent doesn't get to do things. It was pretty neat playing against it, and especially when like we have like 7 out of 8 of all the Soul 7th cross characters built. So like everybody's trying to do some cool gauge stuff, and I'm just like, you don't have enough damage, dude. Which is really fun, as well as just like getting to mess around with like an old character that used to be like top of the meta shit. It was pretty fun. If you want to check out more content like this, like, comment, share, subscribe. Check out the rest of our videos. Check out our Patreon at patreon.com/UFSUniversity. We have a TCG player if you want to go check that out. We have a bunch of Soul Calibur stuff on that. All these Guardian Judgments are on that if you're looking to get a play set of those. You can find that at just we're TCG University on TCG Player. Send us more profiles. I love doing these. Unfortunately, because of work and everything, I'm doing this. And what time is it? I have to have this profile up in about 10 hours. So we're gonna see how that does. But thanks for checking out the video. Stay learned.